Good afternoon. Welcome to the 130th branch meeting of the IIRSM UAE branch. I will go quickly to the agenda for today. So we start off with introduction and branch meetings, and then following the initiative from Abu Dhabi Public Health Center at the end of the last year to focus on working at heights. We have found Atif willing to share some PASMA updates on working at heights using mobile access towers, and that's kind of our part to, further go on to the initiative of Abu Dhabi Public Health Center. Depending on questions and answers, we probably finish around 6:45, latest 7 o'clock. But if you have any questions during this meeting, please pop them in the question and answers, and we will get back to you after Atif's presentation. Just a quick update on some branch meetings. As previous months, we see a continuous increase in followers on our LinkedIn page. I'm very happy with that. We just passed the 2,600 followers. Great achievement. I hope to see a lot of engagement over there. From our side, we will post any updates relevant for IIRSM Group on the LinkedIn page, as well as using our WhatsApp group to share information. Training, continuous courses are managing health and safety risk, the essentials. The next one is scheduled for end of this month on February 25th. And then we have a managing risk, the essentials on May 27th. In addition to that, as mentioned by Philip last month as well, there is a NIBOSH IIRSM certificate in managing risk. I don't have any specific dates for that. For that, I would advise you to go to the NIBOSH website, where their training providers, their contracted training providers, will have the specific schedule for this course. Upon completion of the NIBOSH IIRSM certificate of managing risk, new members will get a 20% discount or 25% discount on their IIRSM membership. So if you're interested in this course, have a look at the NIBOSH website, list yourself for training, and take the advantage of the added discount on your membership fee. Some webinars scheduled for the next coming months: assessing and managing psychological risks on March 4th, followed on April 4th with do your people understand your safety systems of work? And then finally, for the moment, we have at the end of April 24, AI, the next evaluation in health and safety, evolution in health and safety. Again, listing yourself for these webinars, go to the IIRSM website. Members and non-members can attend these webinars. The only difference is that non-members are requested to pay a £20 fee to attend. So I'll get back to later on that, but another reason to become member and participate free of charge at these webinars. For the coming weeks, we have a few branch meetings in Europe. Southeast branch has their branch meeting tomorrow on the 13th. Is water the only solution? The Northeast and Cumbria branch have their branch meeting on the 18th, controlling contractors, followed by East Midlands on February 24, not the 4th as mentioned in this slide, which is on overview of the Building Safety Act. And then we have some network events, all to do with the Risk Excellence Awards and the 50th anniversary of IIRSM on May 20. And both of these events will take place in London. Received today in my inbox is the February edition of the Sentinel. So members, have a look at your email inbox to check if you received the Sentinel. A large portion will go on the age of artificial intelligence, AI, exploration age, using AI for safety in 2025. I've recently attended a few conferences and events, and AI is very much a topic during these events. So in a positive way to support us, not to hinder us in our work and not to replace us, but yeah, a lot of opportunities to support us in our day-to-day work. So some interesting articles in the February edition of Sentinel. Future branch meetings for IIRSM UAE branch next month, March 12th, followed by April 9, and then May 14th, as usual, second Wednesday of the month. What I also mention frequently is that we are a members organization. So anybody who would like to get involved, anyone who has a best practice, anybody who has implemented something that is worth sharing with the rest of the members, please reach out to me and I can put you on the agenda for any of the upcoming branch meetings. It doesn't need to be a full-fledged presentation. It doesn't need to be 30 minutes. It can be a 10-minute brief, a 5-minute brief, anything you would like to share as a best practice or a project you have been working on. Feel free to reach out to me and I'll book some time in any of the upcoming events. Already mentioned, membership benefits, training and qualifications, policy competency framework, the Sentinel magazine that is sent to all of our members, and attendance of the webinars. So I would suggest become a member today. There's a limited time offer of 20% discount on your membership fee using the Join OS 25 code. Philip mentioned it last month. That's the discount code. We have no idea until when that will can be used. So while it's still valid, I would say use it and become a member of IIRSM. Today's presentation, as I mentioned, following the Abu Dhabi Public Health Center initiative to focus on working at height, we'll be working at height using mobile access towers. That was also requested by one of our members as a kind of topic to focus on. And we have found Atif, who's the PASMA regional representative, willing to share with us, to join us today and share with us some of PASMA's insights. I will close my, I will stop sharing my screen and then I would like to welcome Atif. Welcome, Atif. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Branko. Yeah, am I audible?
Yes.
Very good.
Auditable and clearly visible. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you, Branko, for giving PASMA the opportunity to present to IIRSM audience in the UAE. We're pleased to be here today. share with you what's going around in the Middle East region. For everyone's reference, my name is Atif. I manage PASMA in the Middle East region based in Oman. I come from a training background, worked with the leading training company for over 2 decades. So few of you may know me because I've done extensive work with major clients in the region. So I'm going to take you through PASMA and what we are doing. So who is PASMA? PASMA is everything to do with mobile access towers. PASMA is based in the UK. PASMA was born in 1974. That's when I was born. So PASMA initiated in the Middle East in 11 to 13 years ago, and the international presence, so this is what we're going to cover today, international presence of and standards, common mistakes, training, BS certification, tower safety inspection, DIY. Right, so represent the industry. Yes, PASMA represents the tower industry. Initially, PASMA was formed with a few tower manufacturers based in the UK. Together, they came across, they realized that there was a need of tower safety, and PASMA was born. PASMA has now grown into a larger organization. It does have a very good presence across the region in the Middle East. It does provide a lot of technical guidance to authorities, to manufacturers, whoever we work with or whoever we partner with. PASMA has its own training scheme. They manage a very good training scheme that is delivered through various training members across the globe. And PASMA is very well recognized across the globe, all the way Asia, Middle East, South Africa, and of course the UK. So who do we work with? So we work with manufacturers, people who want to manufacture, who are manufacturing the mobile aluminum towers. We support them to manufacture the towers to the right standards, the EN standards 1004, the BSI standards. Suppliers, yes, we work with the suppliers to ensure they supply the right tower to the industry or the local market. Training, yes, we work with training members across the region, across the globe, and the other industries and authorities. Industries and authorities could be in UAE, when you name, we talk about the municipality, we talk about Abu Dhabi Public Health Sector or Center. These are a few of the partnerships PASMA has got across the globe. You see Qatar, we've been working with Ashkal, ADPHC, South African Bureau of Standards, Expo 2020, UAE, Saudi Aramco, Dubai Municipality, PDO in Oman, Ministry of Human Resources in Malaysia, NEOM, Sports Boulevard, and a lot that I'm still working on in the region. Here, the screen is area of interest for everyone in UAE. Got a screenshot that lists Abu Dhabi Public Health Center guidelines where they talk about the mobile aluminum tower, and on the right you've got the Dubai Municipality guidelines where they talk about the mobile aluminum towers. Both refer to PASMA as an example, and work is ongoing. Last year we had some very good events with both Abu Dhabi Public Health Center and Dubai Municipality. Let us now look at the common errors, common mistakes people do with towers. The most important one here is the difference between mobile aluminum towers and traditional scaffolds. And then we will talk about damaged components, misuse and overloading, substandard equipment, lack of training. Right. So when we talk about scaffolding, standard scaffolding, most people know tube and couplers as one which comes out from the BSEN standards 12810 and 12811, which is very popular. System scaffold is also referred under the same BSEN reference. And people who come out to mobile access towers, slightly different or quite very different from the scaffoldings. This comes with the unique ready-made products or towers. They come in different parts, like you can see here. They're referring to platforms. They're referring to toe boards, stabilizers, casters, plates, adjustable legs, diagonal, horizontal. All the mobile towers do come with the caster wheels, double guard rails. Yeah, so towers, where do we use these towers? We use these towers for maintenance, major maintenance, let that be in-house, internal, or external. We do painters, decorators, interior designers, bricklayers, roofing, and there is a big list of who can use the tower and where. Recently, there was a post from PASMA that a tower training was delivered on a shipyard or on a ship deck. So this is something that, so there is a large area of use, but a few we've listed here. Right, so damaged components, we certainly, tower has a lot of products that each of these products should be made right and should be in the right condition for you to use. And you can see we're talking here about casters, base plates, of course, that's the common, adjustable legs, frames, braces, stabilizers, platforms, toe boards. So when we look at the inspection of the tower, we all look at these tower parts, tower components. Right, so you've got some examples of a damaged wheel or a caster wheel and a right one. Check brakes, yes, they do talk about all these casters will come with their brakes. You need to check them. The use of base plates. Tower component inspection, frames, tubes, corners. Maximum deflection. It does talk about what should be the gauge. We're looking at a maximum deflection of 5 mm in about 1000 mm length. No excessive denting, no cracks, cuts, holes, or excessive corrosion. Tubes sufficiently clean and free from paint. Tower component inspection platforms. So we've got an image here that does give you of what it should be, what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. No excessive wear or corrosion. Hinges are away or free from rust. Platforms. No damage. Check all reverts and fixings are secure. Label showing maximum permissible platform load is in place. Some of these are quite very important. Of course, when you do attend, this is definitely not a training session, but I'm trying to highlight some of it that will give you an idea of what it is to inspect the towers, some of the important parts. Misuse and overloading, yes, mobile access towers. So towers are easy to transport. Yeah, we keep talking about this. Lightweight, simple to assemble, can be used in multiple configurations. You don't need any special tools or equipment to fix it up. And the most important part is when you are working on a regular scaffold, you do use a harness to go up and working on height. But when you're working on a mobile aluminum tower, harnesses are not required. And of course, a low emission impact. Substandard equipment, there are quite a few in the region. If you have been around in the region, I'm sure you agree with me that there are quite a lot of substandard towers or material available in the region. So BSI, of course, PASMA recommends BSEN 10041 standard as a base for any tower manufacturer, for anyone to supply, or for anyone who's buying and using it. Certified towers come with standard guardrails with dimension to prevent a fall, trapdoor platforms to permit safe access and prevent falls. Toe boards are a must on it. Purpose-built access ladders or stairs inside the tower. Of course, correct number of secure platforms, correct number of size of stabilizers, latest instructions to comply with standard BSEN 1004/2, safe method of assembly and dismantling, that is 3T or AGR, advanced guardrail. So it's either through the trap or advanced guardrail, one of these. And both are available in the region. Right, so training, very important. We look at training as an important part. We do have the right product, but if you don't know how to use it, that's a big concern. So PASMA has been offering trainings for almost 50 years now, and health and safety executive is not alone. One of the most popular courses that PASMA delivers is Towers for Users and Towers for Managers. The Towers for User course, where your delegates learn standards affecting the manufacture and use of tower, work at height responsible for employees, the components used in a mobile access tower, hazards affecting the use of towers, inspection of components, safe and approved assembly, alteration and dismantling, fault prevention methods, completing tower inspections. So all this, so there's no separate course for inspection. Towers for User will cover the inspection part of it. It's a one-day session. So we do refer to DIY towers, quite a few that has landed in the European market. PASMA did procure some of these towers and did a test. You can see in the next slide that tests were done against quite a few standards, quite a few measures on the gray and the left side. And if you see all on the right for different towers, sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, sample 4, about 7 samples were collected. If you see, most of these have failed. The reds are all talking about that they did not comply with some of the basics that a quality tower should have. So this is something that has been tested and it is not recommended. So towers for managers, yes. This is also an important course. We know that we've got users in the area. They have learned, but also the managers need to know what is important for them when they are managing their employees who are using towers. So what it covers is responsibilities for the managers, standards affecting the manufacturer and use of tower, when it's safe to use a tower and when it's not, risk assessment and rescue plans, different tower configurations, identifying hazards in different environment, behavioral competencies, carrying out pre-use checks and post-inspections. So these are some very good courses. If some of you or most of you are involved with the towers, either using it, or I would highly recommend that you identify a local training member and go for it. Yes, at the end of the training, you are entitled for a certificate that comes from PASMA. The certificate that is globally recognized with the validity. So if you're doing something within the Middle East region, the certificate validity is for 3 years. So you can have your picture on the certificate, you can have a unique number, training that you have done, level, category, and which training center has done it. So this is preferred. So if you come across somebody who claims to be a PASMA certified, and if he doesn't have this card, then there is a concern. Yes, so how often do you inspect a tower? So as often as it's necessary. So after every assembly, yes, once it is assembled. After every alteration, so if you do alter the tower, after any weather condition or an event, there was a safety issue, so please get the towers checked. And of course, every 7 days. The standard says every 7 days you're supposed to inspect your tower. Right. So tower inspection comes with, there is a manual way, written inspection, which you can see on your left, the green and red cards. So this is a typical manual system where it is a PASMA card. These cards can be bought from PASMA, can be used. And on the right is a digital inspection. You see the gray one and the red one. Of course, the red one is a complete no. The gray one is to tell you that you actually have a QR code there where you can scan and see what's being obtained on the top. And all the records are digitally kept. I'll take you to the next slide when we talk about this slightly a bit more in detail. So Tower for Sure is an app that is available from PASMA. And this app is free for anyone to use. You're free to download this on your mobile phone and start using. How it works is for each inspection. So when you have a Tower for Sure app with you, you can inspect the tower and update all the inspection reports through this app. Anyone can review this within your own network system, where the tower is and in what condition it is. You've got the details, you've got the images as well. So this is something that PASMA has launched in 2024. So this is a very good tool for managers who are managing towers in multiple locations. You can learn more about this. There are tutorials available, and you can reach out to me. I can connect you to the right people within PASMA to help you out with this. Here is the QR code for the app for Android and for iOS. I can leave this screen for some time if you'd like to try download it now. And links are available on our website for you to work around this. That is pasma.co.uk. Right. So I can, all this information can be sent to you by email. That's my email ID. The QR codes can be shared with you. Please make a note of the email ID, pasma.me@pasma.co.uk.
Thank you very much, Atif. I think that was very informative, and I think good to know. Let me start with a initial question from my side. We have in the chat and in the question and answers a few questions, but let me kick off. In your presentation, you showed a graph from the health and safety executive in the UK, mentioning that I think it was the data 2022, 2023,
Yes.
40 fatalities and 33,000 people injured. Is that only for tower scaffolds?
Yes.
Yes. And I assume this is UK data. Do you have any
This is
insight?
a UK data, yes.
Yeah. Do you have any insight in Middle East or UAE specific information on incidents?
Yeah, you see, Branko, I wish we do. We've had this verbal discussion with various authorities.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do talk about working at height or fatalities or accidents from falling from height is one of the major concerns in the region. Even if they do have some data, not everybody is willing to share. Even if they do share,
Correct.
we are not sure how authentic that data is. You must have seen the data that ADPHC had shared in their event. Yeah,
yes.
Something very impressive. So we speak, but we can't document.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's clear. I think that's always a challenge to get the data. Yeah. And I just wondered if we have any data available for the UAE to see, to get a bit of a feeling of the seriousness of not using it in the proper way. Having said that, if I see these numbers in the UK, which I think is quite shocking, as they rightfully state, 40 fatalities, that's once every 9 days. There is a fatality in the UK from someone using a mobile tower scaffold. That's 40 too many, I would say. So it gives a bit of a guidance. But yeah, let's hope that together with the authorities, we get a bit more insight in injuries within the region.
Yeah.
But thank you for that. I got a few questions. I start with Mohammed Imtiaz, who asked a question about aluminium mobile scaffolding towers. Can they be used outdoor, or is this only for indoor usage?
Yeah, it's a very good question. This is something that you can use both indoors and outdoors, and it comes with its own limitation for maximum height for indoors and maximum height for outdoors. So when we do it in-house, indoor, it is you can go up to 12 meters high. When you do it outdoors, you can go up to 8 meters high.
Okay. And is that fit in or documented in any of the standards?
Yes, it is, and it is also these things are covered in our training programs.
Okay, good. And then his second question is related to the safe distance that needs to be maintained from electricity power lines in terms of voltage.
Yeah. So now we know aluminium is material is something that can go static. We got to be careful. I don't have the exact answer to this, but this can be referred.
Okay.
I can get back on this.
Okay. Well, let Mohammed reach out to you. You provided your email address. So
yeah, let him
Mohammed,
write to me,
Mohammed,
and
if you can reach out, then Atif will get back to you. A second question I got from Ragesh is the legal reference for, and specifically then for Dubai, related to the requirements of PASMA training for tower scaffolding erectors. Is that something mentioned in the Dubai requirements?
Yeah, very much. I'm going back to that slide.
You showed the two slides of Abu Dhabi Public Health Center and Dubai Municipality.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's the document.
Okay, so this is and
ADPHC, that is the COP 26 scaffolding, page number 4 of 28.
Yeah, so that's
competency.
That's for Abu Dhabi, and then for Dubai, it's the Dubai Municipality document.
Dubai Municipality document, which is there on the left side. This is their technical guidelines for mobile access towers.
Yeah, and that's that document is readily available on their website.
Easily available on the website. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Rasaki has a question. You mentioned in one of the slides that one of the advantages of mobile access tower is that it doesn't require a harness.
Yes.
Is that irrespective of the height of the tower?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're not allowed to use the mobile harness, or on the mobile aluminum tower, the harness belt, for various reasons. One is the weight of the tower, and all this you actually learn in the training program when you come in. So this is sort of a confusion how scaffolders think that I am going up, I should have a harness.
Yes.
Yeah, so they try to apply those norms into the aluminum towers.
Yeah, and that's
which is not right.
Yeah, that's where we need to see the difference between the two. Yeah. Okay, thanks for the clarification. I see a question from Sadakat Kul. I think I can easily answer that myself. As for the PowerPoint presentation, this branch meeting is recorded, so the recording will be posted on YouTube, and I'll make sure that we get a link as well on our LinkedIn page, and I'll share the link as well on our WhatsApp group. So the content of the presentation is readily available for everyone to refer back to. Yeah. Okay. I don't see any further questions. So Atif, I want to thank you very much for your time and the clear presentation. I think that's very useful. I think there's a lot that needs to be inspected on a weekly basis or even more frequent when needed. And I think that's part of our role as well, to make sure that we check the tags, that it's inspected, and make sure that we work safely. So thank you for your contribution. Very well received, I think.
Thank you, Branko. So
sorry, yes?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to sum up this whole presentation into responsibility for those who are working at height, so responsible for those who are managing people working at height is please ensure your people are trained. Please ensure you've got the right material, you've got the right towers. Please ensure that it's inspected, that it's used with the, each tower comes with manufacturer's guidelines. So please follow
Yes.
those guidelines and buy a certified tower.
Perfect. Thank you very much for that. One final from my side before we close this branch meeting. IIRSM recently moved to a new system, and I would like to request all the members that attended this session to log into the website, check their details, their personal details, but also make sure that the branch they would like to be kind of put under is the UAE branch. That makes, with that we ensure that everybody get the right information at the right time. So this is one for the members in this call. Please have a look at your personal information on the IIRSM website and make sure that you list yourself for the UAE branch so that we can provide you with the correct information timely. Thank you for that. Thank you for the attendees. Thank you, Atif, once more. And I hope to see you all in March, on March 12th for our next branch meeting. Thank you very much and good evening.